Right after Christmas, we came here and looked at the site. We knew, of course, of the historical aspect of William Kent. We had discovered that within 10 years he had built and designed 50 of these pavilions. There was another pavilion over here that was on the top of an artificial hill, a little small mountain that rotated mechanically 360 degrees. And this was fascinating. So we thought, well, we'll make a pavilion that rotates in a sort of modern way. And Julia David looked at us as if we were out of our minds. And they said, well, maybe that's not exactly what we're thinking about. And that's sort of the idea of producing a house, a summer house that's fixed. But that idea of a house in the round that had different orientations to the amazing views here stayed in a way very much as a response to that history. So as I was saying, I think there's an affinity to that history. At the same time, we wanted to do something up to date, something that's looking to the future. I think a lot of it is how we work with our hands. It has a lot to do with making. So we like very much the idea of looping paper, and discovered by looping paper you can make it very strong structurally, and then started to stack the paper. So with architecture, there's always this question of representation. How do you translate ideas and representation drawings and models to things that exist in the world? So I think there was a process of translating paper to a wooden structure. Wood, especially this very thin wood, is very flexible. You can bend it. It's called bendy ply. So architecture is always a translation. So for us, this was a logical one, but also a material that I think was very sympathetic to the context of the park. There were a lot of things about importing ideas to the site, but also how it might respond to the site that it's situated in. The idea of doing a pavilion can allow you to open up in a very free way, a very experimental way. So I think these projects have the potential to become transient in the sense that could be rescaled, could be programmed, could fold into a more complex and comprehensive architectural problem. The scale of it, it's a bit like a piece of furniture. You can sit on it, you can sit within it. It works like a canopy. We had 25 square meters as a footprint, so it works almost like a tree-like structure. So on a hot day, sunny day like this, it produces a lot of shade, and I think people will use it. And we started to see that. I think it will become more familiar, and I think it will be, in a sense, occupied and taken on by a public.